High blood pressure can be confusing and stressful. The DASH diet meal plan, created by the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, NHLBI, is a proven eating plan that can start to lower blood pressure in about 2 weeks. This guide explains why DASH works, how to fit into daily life, and which foods support a strong heart. Key takeaways: the DASH diet, tested in NHLBI clinical trials with more than 450 adults, can lower blood pressure within 2 weeks. This eating plan centers on fruits, vegetables, whole grains, low-fat dairy, and lean protein. It limits sodium to below 2,300 milligrams per day. Studies show DASH can drop systolic blood pressure by up to 11 millimeters of mercury and lower LDL cholesterol by about 11 milligrams per deciliter in several weeks. Success requires meal planning and limiting processed foods high in sodium and unhealthy fats. What is the DASH diet and why was it created? The DASH eating plan is flexible and balanced, helping to lower high blood pressure while improving overall nutrition. What does DASH stand for? DASH stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension. It focuses on eating foods rich in potassium, calcium, and magnesium and limiting sodium and saturated fat. NHLBI developed DASH after research showed people can lower blood pressure with diet changes, supporting heart-healthy habits and aiding in weight and cholesterol control. How did NHLBI develop the DASH diet? NHLBI researchers created DASH in the early 1990s using controlled feeding trials. More than 450 adults completed 8-week studies to compare diets and measure blood pressure changes. Results showed significant blood pressure drops on the DASH pattern without weight loss. Key principles of the DASH diet for healthy eating: prioritize fruits and vegetables for potassium, fiber, and vitamin C. Choose whole grains over refined grains for added fiber. Use low-fat dairy products for calcium and protein without excess saturated fat. Opt for lean meats, fish, and poultry to reduce saturated fat intake. Reduce sodium intake by checking labels, cooking at home, and using herbs instead of salt. Include healthy fats, such as unsaturated fats from oils and nuts, to support heart health. How does the DASH diet improve your health? Lowers blood pressure by managing sodium and offering balanced nutrients. Reduces risk for heart disease and stroke by improving cholesterol and blood vessel health. Encourages weight management by focusing on nutrient-dense foods and portion control. Supports stable blood sugar and reduces type 2 diabetes risk through balanced, fiber-rich meals. What does a typical DASH diet meal plan look like? Healthy breakfasts: oatmeal with fruit, Greek yogurt with berries, or whole grain toast with avocado. Lunch options: whole grain bread with lean protein, salads with low-fat dairy, and fruits. Balanced dinners: lean protein with vegetables and whole grains, flavored with herbs. Smart snacks: fresh fruit, raw vegetables with hummus, and unsalted nuts. Which foods are recommended on the DASH diet? High-potassium foods like bananas, sweet potatoes, and spinach. Calcium-rich foods such as low-fat dairy and fortified plant milk. Magnesium sources including nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Which foods to avoid? Avoid high-sodium processed foods, sugary drinks, and fatty meats. Use low-sodium alternatives and natural flavors instead of salt. How can you stick to the DASH diet successfully? Plan meals ahead to control sodium and calories. Read food labels carefully to maintain sodium intake.